The windows of my room don't face the street, they open onto a small, enclosed balcony. For as long as I can remember, I've always been uneasy looking in that direction after dark. One evening, as usual, I was sitting at my desk, playing a game on my computer, when I heard a noise from the balcony. Someone was rustling through empty cans. I turned around and saw my mom standing there. She noticed me, and, probably deciding to play a little joke, stepped up close to the window so that my desk lamp illuminated her face. It was unsettling, to say the least. I chuckled nervously and kept watching. Then, she slowly opened her mouth wide, as if carefully enunciating the letter O. Her eyes stretched wide in an eerie stare. Without blinking, she pressed her forehead against the glass with a dull thud. That was the only sound in the room. A deep sense of dread settled in my chest. "Mom, stop it," I yelled. "What?" came her voice from the hallway. I spun around so fast my chair nearly tipped over. There she was, standing in the doorway, holding a hairbrush. For a second, I couldn't breathe. I turned back to the balcony. Nothing. I let out a scream and ran straight to my mother, gripping her arm with all my strength before daring to glance at the window again. The balcony was empty. I stammered my way through an explanation, and together we checked the lock, the glass, and the small space outside, but there was no sign of anyone. The next morning, I kept pestering her with questions. Finally, she sighed and told me something she had never shared before. When she was 9, exactly my age at the time, something similar had happened. She and my grandmother had lived in a small house on the outskirts of town. My grandmother worked at a bakery and often left for night shifts. That winter evening had been no different. After my grandmother left, my mom finished tidying up and was about to go to bed when she decided to get a drink of water. As she switched on the kitchen light, she froze. There, at the table, sat her mother. She wore her usual housecoat, her cheek resting on one hand, staring at my mother as if she'd been sitting in the dark, just waiting for her. And she was smiling. Something about that smile sent a chill through my mom. She asked, "Why are you back? Did something happen?" But her mother didn't respond. She just kept smiling. Then, without warning, the smile twisted into a snarl. She slammed a fist onto the table and growled, "I'll make sure your coffin stays closed." The kitchen bulb exploded, plunging everything into darkness. The rest was a blur. My mom ran out of the house, screaming for the neighbors. They assumed a burglar had broken in. The police arrived, but they found no sign of forced entry. She never told my grandmother the truth, only that she thought someone had broken in and she got scared. My grandmother is still alive today, and to this day, we have no idea what those chilling words meant.